Hello students, I am Dr. Rajeev Satpathy and I am right now in front of you just to describe and discuss in detail about a very interesting topic in the field of earth science or geology. And the topic is very interesting, and you can see in the screen the topic is oceanography. And in this particular lecture I am not going to delve into detail about each and every sector of this particular subject. Rather, my focus will be on the very fascinating stories, fascinating facts in historical events as well as some political events that will actually give you a glimpse that how important this subject is and what is the need of understanding this particular subject in the present scenario. So students, what I was saying is that this topic is very crucial, very serious, and if you are ready to serve the nation, I hope this topic will never disappoint you. So with this, I just want to start this particular lecture, and as you can see here, the picture that I am showing right now, this shows the realm of the ocean. You can simply see here that this particular picture is showing you the realm of the ocean. And technically students, what I am saying you is that there is a singular ocean or there is a single ocean, but what the geographer they have done is that they have divided the oceans into various sectors. So right now students, I am just giving you some interesting fact that will actually help you to understand that why the ocean is actually a new hope for the mankind. So here you can see that the glaciers, they cover only about 10% of the Earth's surface. Try to see here, the glacier, they only cover 10% of the Earth's surface. Interestingly, the ocean, they cover 71% of the Earth's surface. Be very attentive here. The ocean, they cover 71% of the Earth's surface. The third point is that the ocean is the largest livable space of the planet Earth. It is the largest livable space. Never forget this thing, okay? Now, 97%. Remember that 97% of the world's water is present in the ocean. But surprisingly, despite covering 71% of our planet Earth, only 5%, attentive here, only 5% of the ocean has been explored. This is the most curious thing, that literally we have already given a lot of stress in understanding or in studying this or other celestial bodies, but in that process we have actually forgotten our ocean. And this is the reality, that only 5% of the ocean has been explored. So you can think that rest 95% of the ocean is still unexplored. So with this I would like to say that as of 2023, you can see here, as of 2023, only 24.9%, approximately 25% of the global sea floor has been mapped. Try to understand the mapping of the sea floor, okay? It is only, as far to 2023, it is only 24.9%. So this is the thing that you have to understand, that out of the total ocean, only 24.9% of the ocean has been mapped properly by using sophisticated instruments and sophisticated technology. So this is the thing that you have to understand, that the ocean is actually a new hope for the mankind, because we do not know what sort of things could be gathered from the ocean, what sort of resources they are present in the ocean. We do not know the exact reserve, that how much amount of certain minerals or certain deposits they are found in the ocean. We do not know the exact reserve value. So this is the thing, that why the oceans need to be understood, because it is the new hope for the mankind. Never forget this thing, student. We have literally, being a geologist, I would like to say that we have already given a lot of importance to the continental areas, but right now I just request the youth of this nation of our country, that right now it is the time to act on the ocean. Right now it is the time to understand our ocean, understand our sea, so that we can achieve a sustainable planet. This is what I want to say, and through this particular lecture I just want to deliver this particular message to the youth of this country. So with this I just want to proceed. you might be thinking that why I am giving a lot of stress on this particular subject, oceanography. There is a particular intention that first of all I am an Indian by birth, and my first priority is that to safeguard my nation, and that too with scientific temperament. So here I just want to give you an impression is that you look at this particular picture, that this is our motherland India, and we are being surrounded by the sea and by the ocean. And to the right side you can see there is Bay of Bengal, and to the left side there is Arabian Sea, and together they combine to form the Indian Ocean. I hope it is clear to you. So this is the need of the hour, that as we are surrounded by ocean, and you might be knowing that we too have lot of neighbors, isn't it? We too have lot of neighbors. Some are good and some are that I do not have to say what they are actually. But I would like to highlight that a lot of countries, they actually border the Indian Ocean, or they rim the Indian Ocean. So being an Indian, it's our priority that we should safeguard our maritime boundaries. Thereafter we should understand the ocean that surrounds us, and we have to understand that what are the resources and what sort of opportunities the oceans they give us. In August 2023, you all might have seen that during the no confidence motion, our Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi, he slammed the opposition by quoting a very interesting tiny island that is present in the Indian Ocean that once belonged to us, but unfortunately you can say that due to the lack of the geological knowledge, our former Prime Minister Srimati Indira Gandhi, she gave that particular tiny piece of island that is of highly strategic importance to Sri Lanka just for free. You can just think that it is a sure case of negligence regarding the security concern associated with the oceans and the maritime boundary. So this is what our Prime Minister he focused on, that it is the historical blunder that the former Prime Minister made in 1974 by giving this very strategic island to Sri Lanka.
कोई पूछे इनको कच्छ तीवू क्या है, और ये डीएमके वाले, उनकी सरकार, उनके मुख्यमंत्री मुझे चिट्ठी लिखते हैं, अभी भी लिखते हैं, और कहते हैं मोदी जी कच्छ तीवू वापस ले आइए। तमिलनाडु से आगे श्रीलंका के पहले एक टापू किसने किसी दूसरे देश को दे दिया था, कब दिया था, कहां गई थी, क्या ये भारत माता नहीं थी वहां, क्या वो मां भारती का अंग नहीं था, और इसको भी आपने तोड़ा। और कौन था उस समय, श्रीमती इंदिरा गांधी के नेतृत्व में हुआ था। कांग्रेस का इतिहास मां भारती को छिन्न भिन्न करने का रहा। जब मां भारती की गुलामी की जंजीरों से मुक्त कराना था, जब मां भारती की जंजीरों को तोड़ना था, बेड़ियों को काटना था, तब इन लोगों ने मां भारती की भुजाएं काट दी।
Present time, if you see, the Tamil Nadu government, they are continuously requesting the Prime Minister to get back that piece of land, because it actually belongs to us. It actually belongs to our motherland. So you can understand, student, that why there is a need of the understanding of the oceans. I hope you can assess from this thing that what sort of blunder we have committed in the past without understanding the oceans. So here you can see that our Prime Minister, he has focused about, what I was saying is that our Prime Minister has focused about a tiny island, and the name of the tiny island, I think that most of you have must heard about this particular island, and the name of the island is Kachhathibu. I repeat, the name of this island is Kachhathibu, and it is present between Sri Lanka and India. And try to see the location where it is present. This is the place where the island is situated, and this is the Kachhathibu island. So students, just try to see in the map this is the particular place where the Kachadibu island is located, and this was the island about which our Prime Minister was focusing continuously in the no confidence motion, and he just targeted the opposition just by quoting them their historical blunder. And here you can see that this is the Kachadipu island, and it is situated between India and Sri Lanka. This is the place, and remember that losing all these islands, okay, losing all these islands is actually a technical mistake, and it's actually a strategic mistake from our side. So students, just try to analyze this situation and just try to understand this situation. So let me proceed with the next slide. Again, you can see here, this is the very interesting figure that I am showing you. This is the place, this is the particular place where this island is located. Okay, you can see here, this island is present in between Sri Lanka and India. And try to focus here. You can see here, I have just zoomed this particular section of the map so that you can see it carefully. That this is the Kachadipu island, and you try to see that it is present in the Park Strait between Rameswaram and the Mannar island in Sri Lanka. Okay, this is a very strategic island of our country, and right now we do not have any control over it. So students, this is a very popular photograph that you all might have seen, and this was actually a buzz in the news that our Prime Minister, he just walked few miles in the Lakshadweep Islands that actually belong to us, and it sparked a row of controversies everywhere. There was a lot of hate statements from the Maldivian ministers, and although they were suspended, but that is not the matter. The thing is that you can see that this is a particular island that is present in the Indian Ocean, and especially the Arabian Sea. These are the islands, and you see that how significant they are. Just a visit of our Prime Minister, a simple visit of our Prime Minister, it actually sparked a lot of controversies. That is what we have to observe, that these things are very crucial. But the reality is that students, actually the Maldives people, they have forgot the geological history of their own country, or in reality you can say that they actually are ignorant about their geological origin. So what I am saying is that we are very fortunate, we all Indians are very fortunate that we have got a Prime Minister who has actually a very firm knowledge on the oceans, and he actually cares about the oceans that we have, and he also cares about the maritime boundary and the security concerns. That is what I am saying to you. I just want to say here is that the Maldives is actually a byproduct of the separation of Indian subcontinent and the Seychelles in the geological past. That is what I want to say here is that if you look at the geological history, I just want to convey this message to all the students who are present in the Maldives, that try to search in the scholastic articles or any journals. You will find that your country was born when India separated from Seychelles in the geologic past. That is what I want to say, and this is the reason why we should understand the ocean, because the understanding of the ocean doesn't mean that we are only focusing on the waters that is present in the ocean. Rather, we are also focusing on every aspect of the ocean. That is what I want to say, on every aspect of the on every aspect of the ocean. So in this respect, I just want to say is that this was a very significant geopolitical move by our Prime Minister, where he has actually shown that the coastal areas or these islands that actually belong to us, they can be actually be a center of tourism. It is not only the Maldives that actually pose themselves as the center of tourism, but we too have lot of islands, we too have lot of coastal areas that can be developed in the future so that they can be a hot spot of tourism. This is what our Prime Minister is conveying deliberately in every attempt and in every move. So you can see here that I was discussing regarding that how Maldives. I was discussing that how Maldives actually was born. So you can see here, everyone, that just let me. You can see here, everyone, that this is the this is the Lakshadweep Islands, and this is the Maldives. Okay, you can see here, and they are actually present on the Chagos Lakshadweep Ridge. I just want to say they are present on the Chagos Lakshadweep Ridge. Right now, you might be thinking that what exactly the Chagos Lakshadweep Ridge is. Here I would like to say that the Chagos Lakshadweep Ridge is the underwater mountain system in the Indian Ocean. It is not only the underwater mountain system in the Indian Ocean, rather we have also the 90-degree east ridge, and in this respect I would like to say that the 90-degree east ridge and the Chagos Lakshadweep Ridge, they are actually one of the world's longest linear, aseismic and age progressive seamount chain. So this is what I was showing you, that all these features, we have to understand that what is the geological origin of these features, that will enable us to understand the geology as well as the significance of a particular region. So with this message I would like to proceed. So you can see here that this is the Lakshadweep group of islands, and this is the Maldives group of islands, and they are actually a part of this Chagos Lakshadweep Ridge. Never forget, I am writing it down. Chagos Lakshadweep or Lakshadweep Ridge. Okay. So remember, this is the Chagos Lakshadweep Ridge, and remember that this is one of the world's longest linear, aseismic and age progressive seamount chain. So never forget this thing. And one more important thing is that the Lakshadweep or this Maldives, they were actually formed when Indian subcontinent it drifted away from the Seychelles in the geologic past. I will be going in detail about all those things in the upcoming classes, but for the present time what I am saying is that in between the chaos of the Lakshadweep and the Maldives, what we actually missed a very interesting and very important geopolitical move by our Prime Minister. And what was that move? Can anyone guess what was that move? I can assure you that that was not in the news at all. I can assure that thing. So without any confusion and without any suspense, let me just reveal that what was that significant political move or geopolitical move that is of paramount importance, and that is actually the need. So students, you can see this picture where our Prime Minister is sitting with another significant political person, or you can simply say that he is a leader of the nation. Can you guess that what is the name of the nation? The name of the nation is Timor-Leste. Have you ever heard about this country? Timor-Leste. And he is the president of that particular country called as Timor-Leste. I repeat, he is the president of the country that is in the discussion at present time right now. He is the president of that country called as Timor-Leste. Okay, and you might be thinking that why I am bringing this discussion in this particular topic, because this is very significant. Okay, so let me just describe you that where exactly this particular country Timor-Leste lie, and what is the significance of this particular country, because of which we have given or we have taken a lot of interest in this country. I would like to say that Timor-Leste is a country that is situated between Indonesia and Australia, that too in the ocean. It is a very tiny country, and it became independent in 2002. There is a lot of history behind the formation of the Timor-Leste, how it got independent, but I do not want to delve into detail about this particular island. Rather, I would like to say that we should appreciate and we should understand about this very interesting country which recently in 2002 it got independent. So this is the very fantastic view of this country Timor-Leste, and you will be literally amazed to know that the capital of this country is Delhi. It is not D-E-L-H-I, the capital of India, rather it is D-I-L-I, Delhi. Okay, so the capital of this country is Delhi. So this is Australia, you can see, and this one is Indonesia. Okay, this one is Indonesia and this one is Australia, and in between Indonesia and Australia there is Timor-Leste. Okay, there is a country called as Timor-Leste, and the capital of this country is Delhi. So you can see here in this particular map that in the ocean, this country looks like a island. Okay, so be attentive here. So the picture that right now you are seeing just behind me is the flag of the Timor-Leste, the country that right now I am discussing. But here I just want to focus that why we took a lot of interest. Okay, why our Prime Minister, he took a lot of interest in this very tiny island. Okay, in this very tiny country, that is what I am saying, that recently got independent. So we have to understand this thing. So you can see here that the location of this particular country. Okay, you can see here that this is the country, and this location is very strategic. First of all, the location is very strategic, and the second thing is that the geological history that is associated with this particular country, this is also very interesting. And the geological history, it points to the fact that this country is rich in oil and gas reserves. That is what I am saying. This country is rich in oil and gas reserves, and the most interesting thing is that Australia has been looting the oil and the gas reserves of this tiny country for years. And it is critical and it is very strategic because it hosts large amount of oil and gas reserves. That is what I want to say, students, that remember that Timor-Leste is a very tiny country that became independent in the year 2002, and it hosts large amount of oil and gas reserves. That is what I was saying. So the most interesting thing, students, regarding the Timor-Leste is that Australia has been looting, okay, it has been looting the oil of the Timor-Leste, okay, oil of the Timor-Leste for years. You can see in the picture that this type of posters, okay, it was circulated across the globe, that too in context with a particular campaign for the Timor-Leste, when Timor-Leste demanded his rights, okay, when Timor-Leste demanded his rights in the United Nations. So this was the picture that was widely circulated. You can see that the looting of the oil wealth of the Timor-Leste. So you just imagine, students, that this is a very small country, okay, just recently got independent in 2002, but it literally hosts large amount of oil and gas deposits. So the ocean as a whole, it you can see that, so students, you can see here that the ocean also hosts large amount of gas and the oil deposit, and that is the reason why the big leaders or the supreme countries or the very powerful countries, they have their focus and they have their eyes on this type of islands. So I hope it is clear to you. So oceanography as a subject, it deals with all of those things. Try to understand these things, students, okay? Oceanography, it encompasses all aspects of the ocean. That is what I am going to deliver after a few slides, and these are all the examples. Why I am showcasing all these examples is that through all these examples you can actually perceive the idea of the importance of the ocean. So always understand, the ocean is very valuable, and it is actually a new hope for the mankind. So with this, I just like to continue with the next slide, okay? Again, I want to show you another poster, okay? I just want to show you another poster related to Timor-Leste, and it was also a massive campaign in favor of the Timor-Leste, the oil and the gas reserve that this particular country has lost. Okay, so you can see that a lot of campaigning was there, where people you can see here that the people are saying that give East Timor a fair share of their gas and oil money. Okay, so this is a very strategic thing. The ocean, actually, it is a very valuable resource, and that is what we have to understand. Okay, that is what we have to understand. Not only we, the entire globe, the entire citizen of our country, including the citizens from other countries, we should understand that how valuable this ocean it is for the entire mankind. Right now, I am just moving to a very interesting section of this particular lecture of oceanography, that to particularly introductory session of oceanography. So you all might have heard about the very famous term Titanic, isn't it? You all might have heard about the very famous term Titanic. Once upon a time, it was called as the unsinkable ship that ever existed on this planet Earth. Unsinkable. Okay, unsinkable. That is what the thing is. Right now, what I was saying is that when I was a kid and I was in my teen days, at those time it was a sensation that Titanic is a very popular and famous movie, nominated for Oscars, received a lot of Oscars trophies. That is what we have the perception of Titanic, and obviously the very famous Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet. You all might be knowing these famous personalities, and nowadays Leo is popularly he is working for United Nations, as well as he is continuously working in the field of conservation of nature as well as climate change and all. So I would like to say here is that when I saw Titanic for the first time, the first impression that came to my mind is that just by hitting with an iceberg, the entire Titanic ship, it vanished in the deep waters of the Atlantic. So that was very tragic moment. So a lot of people who were just crossing the Atlantic Ocean just to reach their destination, so they couldn't arrive their destination, and they met with a very tragic death, and very few they survived. So here the point of discussion is that why the unsinkable ship Titanic, it met with a tragic end. That is the question. Why the Titanic it met in tragic end? What was the reason that was responsible? Whether the captain has to be blamed, or what are the other factors who could be blamed? That is the question. So in this thing, I just want to say here is that here you can see the newspaper article that was published in the New York Times, and it is written that Titanic sinks 4 hours after hitting iceberg. Try to see, Titanic, it sinks 4 hours after hitting the iceberg. 866 rescued. In total, 866 were rescued by Carpathia. It was the rescue ship, Carpathia. It rescued 866 people, and the thing is that the big news. So here the big news is that the Titanic it struck with an iceberg. That is the thing. So you might be understanding that we were literally puzzled, and the entire world was literally puzzled. Lot of investigation were carried out that what was the major reason. So it is a big question that why the Titanic, the unsinkable ship, it vanished in the Atlantic Ocean. So the answer, although it is very obvious, the answer although it is very obvious, but we have to go in detail that what were the reasons, and the obvious reasons is the oceanographic reason. Don't get surprised, don't get surprised. I will be explaining in detail that how the oceanography factor and how the climatic factor all they combine together, leading to the sinking of the unsinkable ship, that is the Titanic. Is that clear to you? I hope you can get this information in detail if you go to a lot of scholastic articles and lot of journalistic articles that what were the reasons behind it. But remember that from the scientific point of view, it is the oceans and it is the climate that actually took a very major role, and it literally contributed to the sinking of the Titanic. So here you can see this is the very famous Titanic ship that I am calling it as the unsinkable ship, and it is not me but the entire world at that time, they believed that it is literally the unsinkable ship. Okay, so you can see that how massive it is. Okay, and obviously that the iceberg, you might be knowing that the iceberg through the process of calving they reach to the parts of the sea and even to the deeper part of the sea. It is through the process of calving, and in the movie Titanic you might have seen that with the calving of the iceberg there was also the calving of the love, where you can see the protagonist of the movie he died due to the extreme freezing conditions of the Atlantic Ocean waters. So these are all the things. Although this movie was completely focused on the ship area and what was the scene and what was the scenario going at that time, but literally at the background there was the effect of oceans and climate that were acting in a combined way. They were combinedly planning to demolish the ego of this unsinkable ship, the Titanic. I hope it is clear to you that climate as well as ocean, okay, climate as well as ocean, they were continuously planning just to separate both of them, as well as to separate the iceberg, okay, to separate the iceberg from the source region and finally its descent to the deeper waters of the Atlantic. So this was a combined effect. I hope you can understand that this movie has actually portrayed that what sort of oceanographic condition and how this climatic conditions they can combinedly can bring a very tragic end to a journey that was going to be noted in the history forever. So again, this is again the picture. The reason, there is a very specific reason why I am showing this picture, because in the coming lectures that I am going to deliver, there I will be showing you that how the oceanic currents and they actually affect the climate of that particular area through which along which they are crossing. Okay, so these are the things. So this is the purpose why I am showing you this picture. So you can see here, this is the mighty Atlantic Ocean, and to the west there is North America, and to the east there is Europe and Africa, and you see here this is the place of departure and this is the place of destination. Okay, so the ship actually departed from the Southampton, and thereafter its final destination was Newark. And this is the place, students, try to understand that this is the exact place. Let me just use the marker. So this is the exact place. Okay, so along the Atlantic Ocean, you see this is the place where the Titanic it sank. Okay, this is the place where the Titanic vanished in the waters of the Atlantic. So this is the place where the Titanic it sank, and try to understand that exactly why I am showing this particular place is that there is an obvious reason. I am not going to reveal this thing right now, okay, but definitely I am going to give you a little bit of glimpse so that you can be attracted toward this particular subject, that why this topic is very important. Okay, so let me proceed and let me show you that what is the exact reason behind which, okay, why at this particular place, okay, that I have literally marked here, why at this particular place the Titanic it sank. Okay, why the Titanic? It disappeared in the waters of the Atlantic. So I don't want to increase your stress level and increase your curiosity, okay? But let me reveal that what is the reason, okay? What is the reason that has actually led to the process of the sinking of the Titanic? So here you can see this is the Greenland, and here is the Labrador Sea, and here is the Newfoundland, okay? Here is the Newfoundland, and this is the particular reason where the Titanic, okay, let me just use the color pen so that it can be completely clear to you. So I am showing you again, okay, I am showing you again, this is the place where the Titanic disappeared in the Atlantic waters, okay, this is the exact place, and you try to see that this is the Greenland, and here there is a current, oceanic current, here there is a oceanic current. The name of the oceanic current is Labrador current, okay, the name of the oceanic current is Labrador current. Try to understand, and it originates in this region, okay, it originates in this part of the map. Try to understand, okay, this is the reason where the Labrador current is originated. Try to understand, okay, and you see exactly the place where the Titanic it disappeared in the Atlantic waters. At this place there is an intersection of another warm current, that is the Gulf Stream. Okay, be very attentive. Gulf Stream is also a very crucial oceanic current in the world. It is a very crucial current in the ocean. Okay, so you see here the place where the Titanic sank, okay, that is actually the convergence region of the Gulf Stream and the Labrador current, okay, and you try to imagine that the icebergs, okay, they have crossed this latitude and finally they have arrived at this part. Try to understand, this is not a very common thing. Try to understand, the icebergs they originated from this place and they came along to this part, and they finally collided, and with the Titanic. So just imagine this thing. This is not a one-day process, okay? It's the nature's fury. The nature has a strong impact on this thing. So we have to understand this thing. So again, this is a map that right now I am showing you. Okay, be very attentive here. So this is the Labrador current. Okay, this is the Labrador current. And this is the Greenland current, okay, this is the Greenland current, and here you can see this is the site, okay, this is the site where the Titanic disappeared in the waters of the North Atlantic. So I hope students, after this discussion you are able to understand that what is the relationship between the place where the Titanic sank and the oceanic currents, okay. So with this thing, I just want to proceed with the next slide. So students, right now I have explained you about the movie Titanic and what is the role of the oceans as well as the climate in bringing down the ego of the unsinkable ship, that is the Titanic. Okay. So here in this respect, I would again quote another Hollywood movie, and the name of the movie is The Day After Tomorrow, and that movie actually showcased the fury of the ocean and how if you are going to bring a little change in the oceans, particularly oceans, if we are going to, I repeat again, if we are going to bring a little amount of change in the ocean, it is going to give back us with a very disastrous effect. So this is the basis of the entire movie, The Day After Tomorrow, and the most interesting thing is that this movie is based on the scientific findings of a very well-known geochemist whose name was Wally Brooker. He is a celebrated geochemist in the field of earth science, and this movie, The Day After Tomorrow, was based on his findings, and he was the person who gave the concept, okay, that I am going to teach you in the upcoming classes. he actually gave the concept of the global conveyor belt. Okay, this is a very important topic in the oceanography. Okay, that I am going to cover in very detail. Okay, that is a very unique work by Wally Broker. Okay, that actually revolutionized the way we think about the ocean, the way we think about the oceanic circulation. So with this, I just want to describe about this particular movie, and that actually gives us a very important message that if we are going to tease the systems that are present in the ocean, that is definitely going to give us a very strong response, and that response is something that we cannot tolerate. And if we look at the geological past, lot of evidences have pointed out to the fact that yes, in the past there were drastic and abrupt climatic changes, and this is the basis, and this is the basis of this movie, abrupt climatic changes. I repeat again, students, the term is abrupt climatic change. So students, I literally request you that just type in the Google that abrupt climatic changes, and you will find a lot of articles and lot of news related to this and lot of scientific findings related to this that will literally shook your mind. This particular movie is based on a very fundamental finding, or you can simply say a very fundamental theory or very fundamental phenomenon, that is the thermohaline circulation. So students, do not worry, I am just going to show you the picture of the thermohaline circulation. If you are not aware of this particular thing, I am just going to show you that what exactly is thermohaline circulation, how the disruption of the thermohaline circulation could bring a disastrous effect on the planet Earth, especially on the northern hemisphere. These are the still photos from the movie The Day After Tomorrow. Here you can see that the entire city is experiencing a condition of extreme freezing. Try to understand all these buildings, all this landscape, all the towns, roads, everything, they are covered by the ice sheets. Is that clear? So this is the disastrous effect that Wally Broker, who actually gave the concept of the great conveyor belt, he talked about. If there is any sort of changes in the thermohaline circulation, that is definitely going to bring a very disastrous effect. Okay. So that is why in one of his famous article, he wrote that climate is an angry beast and we are poking at it. And in order to just give you an impression on this particular quote, I have placed the dinosaurs as the climate and the humans as the poking agents. So students and all the youth of our country, I just want to request you that it's not the time to tease the climate, rather it is the time to cope up with the climate, rather it is the time to understand our oceans, rather it is the time to understand our climate so that we can achieve a sustainable earth. And that is the main theme that our Prime Minister has adopted, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So this is the thing, students, okay? So I think I should disclose the suspense and reveal that what exactly is the thermohaline circulation. So students, you can see this gigantic circulation that you are observing right now in this picture. This is exactly the thermohaline circulation, and what this movie, The Day After Tomorrow, focused is that if this circulation, okay, if this particular circulation that you are right now observing, if it comes to a condition of halt, okay, if it comes to a condition of halt, or if it is stopped, then what will be the scenario? I hope you are getting. The entire movie, The Day After Tomorrow, it is based on this concept and it is based on this finding that what will happen if this circulation system comes to an end, if this circulation is stopped, or if this circulation slows down. So these are the concerns. So as I have said that about the movie The Day After Tomorrow, there was seen that the entire European countries and the North America, it experienced the condition of freezing, and we have literally to explore that what was the matter, why there is a concern regarding this thermohaline circulation. So try to see. So if you try to observe this particular region, this Greenland here you can see that there is a formation of the deep waters. Okay, there is a formation of the deep waters, or in simpler words, for the time being, what I am saying is that this is the switchboard of the thermohaline circulation. Here you can switch on or switch off the circuit. Is that clear to everyone? Here you can switch on or switch off the circuit. So this is the major control point through which you can control the thermohaline circulation. And what Wally Broker, the celebrated geochemist, he said is that if this thermohaline circulation comes to an end, or if it is experiencing slowing, then the entire northern hemisphere is going to face a condition of extreme freezing. And all these things have happened in the past. Lot of geologists and paleoclimatologists, they found the evidence that yes, in the past this type of scenario happened. There was lot of instances when the thermohaline circulation when the thermohaline circulation, it was slowed down, as a result of which there was extreme freezing condition, or you simply can say that the temperature conditions reduced abruptly in the northern hemisphere. So I hope you can understand the concern, and I hope you can understand the mechanism that is being operated in the ocean. So it is the prime time that we should understand the mechanisms that are being operated in the ocean, through which we can understand the feedback processes that we are going to receive. With this, I just like to continue with the next important theme of this discussion, that if you look the earth, okay, if you look the earth, 71% is covered with the ocean. So technically speaking, we can call this planet as Oceanus, isn't it? We can call this planet as Oceanus. So you can see here, this is the Antarctica region, and it is surrounded by the ocean everywhere. And here you can see this is the Arctic region, and it is also surrounded by the sea. So everywhere, students, you can see there is water and water, and overall you can say that our planet, we can name our, and overall we can name our planet as Oceanus. So right now we have arrived at the central theme of this lecture series, that what exactly is oceanography. Okay, so you can see here in the image that I am showing you right now, that oceanography, it deals from the space, as well as it deals in the ocean, under the ocean, everywhere. If you observe this image, that oceanography is a subject which can be studied both inside the ocean and from the top of the ocean. This is what I am saying you, that oceanography right now is not limited only to the ocean, but its arena has expanded a lot over the years. So let me just show you some glimpses of the oceanography, so that you can definitely understand that how fascinating this particular subject is. So here you can see these are the shades of the topic oceanography. You can see that the oceanographers, they are right now on the work in order to understand the physico-chemical properties of the ocean. This is a very interesting picture. The life is very fascinating, where you can conduct a lot of experiments in order to understand the physical, the chemical, as well as the biological properties of the oceanic water. There are ship-based studies in order to understand the oceans, as well as there are unmanned submersibles that are used to study the oceans. Okay, so in the picture you can see the crazy oceanographers or the marine geologists who are diving inside the oceans. So it is a completely fascinating topic, where there are a lot of challenges, a lot of questions to answer, because a lot of species are discovered from the ocean each and every day. Try to understand this thing. A lot of new species, they are discovered continuously each and every day. So the ocean actually, it provides an immense opportunity to study a lot of things. So with this I proceed with the next slide. Here in this picture you can see that a lot of setup is being employed inside the ocean to understand the physico-chemical properties of the ocean as well as the biological properties of the ocean. You can also see the crazy oceanographers, or you simply can say the curious minds, those who are continuously unraveling the mysteries that are hidden deep inside the ocean. So this is a rare opportunity that normally an individual get. So students, I literally request all of you that if life gives you an opportunity, then explore the ocean. And this is a sincere request from my side, that if you ever get an opportunity, then try to explore the ocean by any means. So with this, let me proceed with the next slide so that I can give you a very good impression that how interesting and how fascinating this subject is. Right now, this is this picture that I am showing you. This is the dream for a lot of geologists across the globe. Not only geologists, the scientists and as well as the researchers from a multidisciplinary fields, they can actually be a part of this very prestigious program, that is the International Ocean Discovery Program. And I would like to say all of you that so I was very fortunate that I did my PhD under this prestigious program, that too particularly in the Arabian Sea. And the samples that I received from the deep ocean, that was actually retrieved by this ship called as the Geology Resolution. If you ever get time, then please search in the Google Geology Resolution. I repeat again, Geology Resolution. And I again repeat another interesting term, International Ocean Discovery Program. If you are literally interested in the field of oceanography, if you are literally interested in the field of marine geology, then I request and I urge every students and every youth, whosoever are getting any sort of time, then kindly search all these things so that you can get some benefit, and you can also make your dream possible if you ever want to explore the ocean. So let me say about this particular ship. This is the floating research vessel, students. This is the floating research vessels where scientists across the globe, they participate, they conduct a lot of experiments in this particular ship. Okay, here lot of scientific activities, they are being carried 24/7. So you can understand that in order to unravel the history of the earth, in order to understand the ocean, a lot of activities, a lot of scientific expeditions that are historic in real sense, they are being conducted. So with this thing, I would like to say that if you ever get a chance, try to just be a part of this prestigious organization, that is the International Ocean Discovery Program, where India is an associate member. We should be proud of this thing. India is an associate member of International Ocean Discovery Program. Always remember this thing, students, that our country is taking milestone steps in the field of ocean sciences. And right now you all might have heard that our Prime Minister has already launched the Deep Ocean Mission. Try to understand this thing, the Deep Ocean Mission, which will be in the direction of achieving the blue economy. So this is the reason why I am explaining all these things in a nutshell view, so that you can get a glimpse that why this subject is very important and why this subject is very crucial in today's time. So with this, I would like to proceed with the next slide. Here you can, this is again a picture that I am showing to you. So just give your attention to this picture, that a lot of ships, they are being used. The ships can be riserless, the ships can be with the rising technology, as well as there are mission specific platforms that are being employed in order to understand the oceans and in order to unravel the secrets of the planet Earth. So I think I have finally arrived at the topic. I hope that you were not bored till the discussion. So right now I am going to go into detail that what is exactly oceanography, what are the branches of oceanography. So let me explain you that oceanography is literally the description of the marine environment. It is the description of the marine environment. So this term was first coined in 1870s at the beginning of the scientific exploration of the oceans. So in a broader sense, we can say that oceanography is the scientific study of all aspects of the marine environment. I repeat again, oceanography is the scientific study of all aspects of the marine environment. In other words, oceanography can be also called as oceanology. With this thing, let me proceed with the next slide so that I can give you a better coverage of this particular topic, oceanography. So oceans, if you technically speak about the oceans has been a source of, mainly the oceans has been a source of food and transportation, or simpler words you can say communication. So in the picture you can see that a lot of people who are living in the coastal areas, they thrive on the seafood, and actually the seafood is the major part of their economy. As well as the oceans also provide a good means of communication and transportation. You can see this picture, this particular picture. This picture shows the offshore platform. Okay, if you are not able to see this picture, then let me just show you this picture very properly. This is the offshore platform where the oil deposits are being recovered in the deep ocean. So be attentive here that these are the offshore platforms from where the oil they are recovered in the oceanic region. So this is the 3D view. You can see here that a lot of offshore platforms they are employed in the oceans for the extraction or for the recovery of the oil and the gas deposits. So what I was saying is that it is the exploration of the offshore petroleum deposits that led to the growth of the field of the oceanography. So remember this thing, that oceanography as a subject has evolved over time, and a lot of events actually were responsible in shaping this science. So the first thing was the discovery of the offshore oil deposits that led to the establishment of the offshore platforms. So the message is very clear that the impetus for the oceanographic studies, it all came from the search of the offshore petroleum reserves. So you can see these are the offshore petroleum reserves, and if you are ever getting a placement in Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, that is the ONGC, it is a Maharatna company. If you are getting an opportunity for providing service in ONGC, then remember that so you may visit this type of offshore petroleum reserves. So the oceanographic studies, it gained significant attention due to the expansion of the warfare techniques, especially during the World War II. So this was a pivotal step in the development of the oceanographic research as well as. So here you can see that this is a submarine that was employed during World War II, and you all know that for the navigation of the submarine we must have the idea of the topography of the sea floor, or how the sea floor exactly look like. So the development of the submarines was initially dependent on the ocean research. So as a result of which the field of oceanography evolved over time, and a lot of techniques were also employed in the field itself so that it could aid in the studies of the ocean. So far I have dealt with the historical perspective of the oceans. Right now I am coming to some of the scientific aspects of the ocean. So if you compare the ocean with the moon has received a lot of attention, and lot of studies have been conducted on the moon. So if you compare the ocean with the moon, you will find that very few studies have been conducted on the oceans, and I have already stated that only 5% of the ocean has been explored. Rest 95% of the ocean is still unexplored. So with this I would like to continue. So this is an interesting figure, that too from my PhD work that I published in the Cambridge University Press. So through this figure I just want to give you an impression about a very interesting aspect of the ocean. So here in this picture you can see here that these rainbow color patches that you are observing in the Arabian Sea, this is the figure of the Arabian Sea in particular, where you can see this is the Indian mainland and this is the Arabian Sea, where you are observing along the coast, Indian coast, as well as near to the Oman margin. What you are observing is the rainbow color patches, and these rainbow color patches, they are nothing but they are the phytoplanktons that are present in the ocean. And remember students, that if we are breathing, the first oxygen it comes from the trees, and the next oxygen or the second oxygen it comes from the phytoplanktons that are present in the ocean. So with this here I would like to say here is that the phytoplanktons that are present in the ocean, they are very significant, and they are very crucial crucial for our planet Earth. So with this respect I would like to say that the phytoplanktons thriving in the oceans, they are actually of paramount importance, and I am going to deliver and I am going to discuss in much more detail about the phytoplanktons and their community structure in the ocean in detail in the upcoming lectures. But as it is an introduction lecture, I do not want to go into detail regarding all those things. So let me just move to the next slide so that I can show you the impression. So let me move to the next slide so that I can show you the other shades of the ocean, as well as the reason that why we should study the ocean in detail and why we should understand the ocean as a whole. So the ocean is also used for recreation purpose, scuba diving, and you can say that the ocean rafting, as well as all sort of sports activities, it can be done in the ocean. In addition to this, the ocean is also a good center for the tourism. This is the picture that you all have seen recently in the news, as well as in the media, as well as in the social media, where our Prime Minister was saying, promoting the tourism of the Lakshadweep, and this is going to make India a more economically developed nation, because tourism is an industry in present day scenario. So the ocean is also a treasure house of resources. So in this picture you can see that a lot of polymetallic nodules, they are scattered on the sea floor, and these polymetallic nodules, they are very significant, and they are very important in the growth of our nation. So if you take the Deep Ocean mission that was launched by our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, the main highlighting property of the Deep Ocean mission is to generate the economy from the ocean. So in this respect I would like to say that a lot of efforts are still going on, and a lot of countries, they are actually participating in the exploration of these polymetallic nodules from the seabed. So you can see this picture students, this is the glimpse where you can see that how these nodules, they are scattered on the seabed. So this is the this picture you can see, this is the zoomed version of the polymetallic nodules. You can see here, these are concentric nodules, and they are normally regular to irregular in shape, and remember that they have a concentric pattern. As I have said that these polymetallic nodules, they are very crucial. So if you want to understand that which are those areas where these polymetallic nodules, they are scattered or they are deposited, first of all we have to gain a fair understanding about the ocean, about the sea floor, about the processes that happens in the ocean bottom. We have to take a lot of information, we have to develop a fair understanding that will enable us to discover these natural resources. So in this picture you can see that the red colored dots, they represent the polymetallic sulfides, and particularly if you see this magenta color or this pink color here, this represents the area where the polymetallic nodules, they are found. So the interesting thing is that if you look in the Indian Ocean, this is the region where there are concentration of large amount of polymetallic nodules, and in the Pacific Ocean you can see this is the zone where there are a lot of concentration of the polymetallic nodules. Apart from this thing, there are certain areas in the world ocean where there are appreciable quantities of polymetallic sulfides, polymetallic nodules and ferromagnesian crust. In the context of the polymetallic nodules, I would like to say here is that whenever you are seeing the distribution of the polymetallic nodules, try to focus one thing, their geographical location. So this is what we have to understand whenever we will be dealing with the topics that are related to oceanography. So in this picture you can see these regions are the places, okay, where you are getting these polymetallic nodules, and this is the region which is rich in the cobalt crust. So these are the natural resources that is being made available by the oceans. So we have to understand this thing, that there are certain places in the ocean where we can find this type of deposits which are very significant for the economic development of a country. I am showing repeatedly the maps of the distribution of these polymetallic nodules. The reason is that the deep sea mining right now, it is in its peak. A lot of countries, they are actually preparing the policies, they are framing the policies, as well as they are also framing the rules and regulations for the deep sea mining. So the next generation is going to see the active mining activities in the deep ocean. So with this thing, I just want to say that our future, it actually rely on the ocean. And with this notion, I just want to again show you the glimpse, again the distribution of the polymetallic nodules, that too in a very innovative figure, where you can literally understand that yes, there are certain regions in the world ocean where there are the abundances of these resources. So here you can see this is the mid-oceanic regions that is present in the Indian Ocean, and you can observe that the polymetallic nodules, they are concentrated in this region. Right now, if you come to this Pacific Ocean, you can see that this blue color region, they are the sites where there is the abundance of the polymetallic nodules. So here I would like to say that these polymetallic nodules that I have literally shown you through a couple of slides, these are going to be the resources of our future, and a lot of techniques, they are being developed continuously by the scientists and the researchers across the globe. Even if in our country, dedicated institution like National Institute of Ocean Technology, which is situated in Chennai, they are literally striving hard, very hard, and they are literally dedicated in order to develop the technologies so that we can move in the direction of a efficient deep sea mining method. As I have already explained about these polymetallic nodules, so it is my prime duty that I must show you some pictures of the cobalt crust, of the polymetallic nodules, and the polymetallic sulfide deposits. So in this picture you can see this is the polymetallic sulfide deposits, this is the cobalt rich crust, and finally you can see here this is the polymetallic nodule. So students, through this picture and through this imageries, I hope that you have gained a very significant amount of idea regarding the polymetallic nodules. So in this respect, I would like to say that a lot of countries, they're working day and night in order to develop the technology. So I literally want to request the youth and all the students across the country that if ever you get an opportunity, try to be a part of the deep ocean mission. You will literally feel proud by contributing for the development of your own country. So with this message, I would like to proceed with the next slide. I hope you are enjoying this session, and if you are literally enjoying this session, kindly hit the like button, because that is the motivation that we literally need for our growth and for the better delivery of the content. So with this, I would just like to proceed. One more interesting thing that I would like to quote here with the respect of the ocean is that it is the ocean, okay? It is the ocean where the plate tectonics were discovered. You will be amazed to know that in 1968, the sea floor spreading was discovered, and it was discovered in the Atlantic Ocean. So here I would like to say that it is the ocean that has laid the foundation of the plate tectonics. So students, the discovery of the plate tectonics in the ocean basin has actually revolutionized the view of our planet Earth. In addition to this, I would also like to say that the oceans it impact greatly the weather and the climate. We should never forget that it is the ocean that has a very significant impact on the atmospheric circulations, on the weather patterns. So I hope it is clear to you that how significant the oceans is. So students, as I have already explained, the ocean is also very valuable for the communication and the transportation. If you look at this present picture that I am showing you, you can see this picture shows you this trading routes in the ocean. So these are the busiest trading routes that you are right now observing. This is the busiest trading route in the oceans. And this is the reason why the oceans, they are very significant and they are very valuable, because it is a major part of our transportation and the communication sector. Apart from all these things, the ocean also contains a very curious and interesting thing, that is the gas hydrate. Do not worry, I will be explaining in detail about the gas hydrate, and I will be taking a dedicated class and lecture on the gas hydrate. So for the time being, I would like to say that the gas hydrate, it is the cleanest source of energy, and in simpler terms you can say that it is the energy of the future. So remember that the gas hydrates, they are present in very significant amount in the oceanic region as well as in the permafrost region. But in the context of the ocean, I would like to state here is that till now it is very difficult to extract the gas hydrate from the oceanic region. Okay, a lot of technological advancement they are being made continuously in order to recover the gas hydrates in the ocean. And the gas hydrates are going to be the future energy source, and it is the cleanest source of energy present on the earth. So interestingly, if I show you the spatial distribution of the gas hydrates in the world map, you can see that these gas hydrates, they are concentrated in the permafrost region as well as in the oceanic region. In the oceanic region, you can see in this world map a lot of sectors in the ocean, you can see where you are getting the concentration or the presence of the gas hydrate. These are the areas which are marked by the areas that are marked by the dot and the diamond shaped boxes. They actually represent the concentration or the presence of the gas hydrates in those regions. And remember students that it is a very important energy source, and it is the most cleanest source, and this is the reason why we should give all our attention to the oceanic region, so that we can avail the very precious resources, that to the cleanest source of energy, which will be very useful in a deteriorating climate that we are experiencing right now. In the Indian context, if you just observe the gas hydrates and the distribution of the gas hydrates, so there are particular regions where this gas hydrates, they are present. The one most famous place is the Konkan Kerala region. In this part you can see here, and this one is the Krishna Godavari region and the Mahanadi offshore region, as well as in this part where you are getting a substantial amount of the gas hydrate reserves. And you might be knowing that in 2016 a lot of initiative has been taken by the government of India regarding the research and development of the gas hydrates present in the exclusive economic zone of India. So with this thing, I would like to highlight here that we too have lot of resources in our coastal waters and in the oceans, and what we need is that we need a particular knowledge of oceanography combined with marine geology, so that we can serve the nation with full energy and full dedication. So this is what I want to say, and in this lecture my motive was just to make you aware that why these oceans, they are very crucial, why these oceans, they are very useful, and why these oceans, they are actually a new hope for the mankind. I hope students, you have got the visualization, and you have also got the idea that what I want to speak and what I want to deliver. So with this, I just want to proceed with the next slide. One more thing that I forgot is that we too get a lot of gas hydrates in the region of the Andaman Nicobar Islands. Remember, in the Andaman Basin, we too have found a lot of gas hydrate deposits that are of paramount importance. So never forget the Kerala Konkan region, the Krishna Godavari region, the Mahanadi offshore region, as well as the Andaman Basin. These are the regions where we will be getting a substantial amount of the gas hydrate. And in the near future, what I believe that with the advent of the technology that our country is continuously making, I hope that we will be soon using the cleanest source of energy. So students, it's the high time that we should all contribute to the development of the oceanographic field, so that we can literally achieve a sustainable planet and we can achieve a better tomorrow. So with this, I just want to proceed with the next slide. This particular picture that I am showing you, it reminds me about the havoc that the humans they have created in the present time. So you all might be knowing that the entire planet Earth is facing the menace of the plastic pollution, and the oceans have not survived from this particular effect or particular menace. I would like to say that a lot of the oceanic realm has been contaminated with the plastic, and the most interesting discovery that happened recently, it will literally shake your mind. Recently, a paper was published in Royal Society where it was highlighted for the first time that the plastics, they have reached to the deepest part of the ocean. Yes, you have heard it right. We are getting plastics at the deepest part of the earth. And what is the deepest part? The deepest part on the earth are the trench region. So here in this picture, you can see this is the trench region that is present in the Pacific. And you see, students, here you can see that these are the sites in the Pacific. Actually, they are in the, and these regions are represented by the trench region. And this is exactly the ring of the fire. So what I am saying is that a research was conducted and all these trench sites were selected, and the organisms that were found at those trench regions were studied, and the results that were found, it was very, very shocking. I hope you believe me. The results were very, very shocking. So here I would like to say that the research confirmed the presence of the microplastics and the synthetic plastics in the guts of the crustaceans that are found in the trench region. So this was the thing that actually became the news across the globe, and that has actually compelled the scientists to name a new species based on plastic. So this is a high time, student, that we should remember that what we are doing to our planet Earth. We have created such a situation that right now we are naming a species that is found from the deepest part of the earth, that too from the trench region present in the Pacific Ocean. We have named those species based on the plastic, and this is actually a alarming condition for all the people. That is what we have to understand. We have already polluted the ocean, and the deepest part is not free from the pollution. This is what you have to understand. So here I would like to say here is that you can see here that this is the trench region. You can see this is the Ijo-Bolinar, this is the Mariana Trench, this is the Kermadec Trench, this is the New Hebrides. These are the trench region, and the research found that I have already shown you, published in the Royal Society. It found that the plastics are present in the guts of the amphipods or the crustaceans. Okay, so never forget this thing. We have literally deteriorated the ocean, and this is a high time that we have to react and we have to act. Do not take this planet as granted. Remember, because I do not take this lecture as granted. So I hope you understand that with what vision I am going to deliver. So I hope you understand that with what vision I am delivering this lecture. Although I am feeling pain for the ocean, but in the same time I just want to give you this information so that you can realize that yes, it is the right time where we can act for our own ocean. So with this, I just want to proceed with the next slide so that I can give you a glimpse of the new species that was named because of the presence of the plastic in its guts. Okay, so let me just show you the very unique new species, and definitely I am going to reveal the name in front of you, and that is very significant, that is very important. So in this context, I would like to say that if you just Google and you just so in this context, I would like to say that a lot of news and a lot of buzz was there when these plastics or this microplastics, they were recovered from the guts of the amphipods, that too from the trench region. Okay, so you can see here there are a lot of articles that were published in the news, in the social media, as well as a lot of publications, scholastic publication. You can see that some of the notable articles there: a newly discovered deep sea creature named after plastic found in its guts. Another article that featured scientists name new species after its belly full of plastic. Another article that featured even at 36,000 feet deep, oceanic creatures have plastic in their guts. And to this side, if you see, you can see here that the researchers, there is an article which states that the researchers, they discovered new amphipod in the Mariana Trench and name it Eurythynis plasticus. This is very important, students. Remember, the name of the species is Eurythynis plasticus. I am writing it down. This is very important, and this is a reminder to the entire mankind that it is because of our activity that an animal is ingesting microplastic, and that particular animal is found in the trench region, which is the deepest region in the earth. So this is actually an award that we have given to ourselves by naming this particular species on the basis of the presence of plastic. So this is the thing. So I am writing it down. The name of the species is Eurythynis plasticus. Never forget this thing. The name of the species is Eurythynis plasticus, and remember, this is a gift that we have given to ourselves, and this species will always be a reminder to the entire mankind and to the entire humanity that we have literally polluted our land, we have literally polluted our oceans, and we have not spared even the glaciers as well as the rivers. So this is the high time that I too feel very painful when even if during the classroom when I teach all these things, I literally feel painful by describing all these things. So this is literally a alarming situation, and we have to be prepared that where we are heading, in which direction we are going, all these things we have to analyze. So with this I would like to proceed. So I just want to raise the curtain and let me show you the species that was newly discovered, that too from the trench region. And this species, again I am quoting, this species is named because of the presence of the plastic found in its guts. Okay, because of the presence of the plastic in the gut of this animal. So here you can see this is the particular animal, you can see, and here this is the microplastic. You can see this is the fiber that I am showing you. Okay, this is the microplastic that was found in this organism's body. And do not forget, this is the creature that you are seeing. This is the Eurythynis plasticus, and it is the Earth's newest species that was retrieved from the Mariana Trench, and it ingests plastics. Okay, it ingests plastics. So never forget this thing. The name of the species is Eurythynis plasticus. This is the greatest gift that the humanity has given to nature. Okay, so never forget this thing. After narrating about this interesting species, let me again come to the utility of the ocean. You see, these are the optical fibers which are being laid down in the ocean, and the oceanic region is actually an ideal place for laying down the optical fibers. So we must be thankful whenever we are using any sort of internet data or anything else. We should be very thankful to the oceans for providing us hassle-free internet facility. Thanks to the ocean that they have actually given their piece of land, and they are being utilized for laying down the optical fibers. So with this, let me again move to the next slide where I can show you or where I can narrate you another application or the usefulness of the ocean. He is actually the defense minister of our country, Shri Rajnath Singh ji, and so here you can little bit guess that I am going to deliver something regarding the national security. So remember that the oceans, they are actually a very famous ground for military practice, as well as a lot of countries they actually conduct all sort of mock military trainings, as well as safeguarding the ocean is our prime duty. You might have heard about the Somalian pirates who actually create a lot of havoc for the ships that pass through that region, and it's a duty for all the countries, those who are residing by the sea or the ocean, to safeguard the ocean and the maritime boundaries. So this is what I am saying, that the ocean is actually playing a very, very crucial role in the country's security, as well as the interest of the country. I hope with this you can understand that how significant, how important this ocean is for the entire mankind. With this I would like to proceed. So students, right now I am on a very critical issue that I am going to explain you right now. You might be knowing about this place Satabhaya, which is present in the coastal districts of Odisha. Here this particular region, it is experiencing this Satabhaya region. You can see in this picture that this picture, it signifies a very, very critical condition of the coastal erosion. So the picture is very evident. You can see that this is a tube well, and you can see that the coastal erosion had actually removed the sand and the sediments of that region, and this area Satabhaya region of the Odisha, it is experiencing a severe condition of the coastal erosion, and this region needs protection, and it is creating a lot of problems in that area. You might be aware about the climate migrants, okay? You might be aware about the climate migrants. So sea level changes, they are also the manifestation of the climatic changes. Right now this particular area Satabhaya, that is present in the state of Odisha, needs attention and it needs protection, because the localities and the common people of that particular area are facing the havoc of the coastal erosion. I hope students, you all are aware right now that what sort of attention we should give to our ocean, because ultimately if we are giving attention and focus to our ocean, ultimately we are giving that attention to the common people or to the common masses, those who are present and those who are living in those areas. And not only that areas, even if those people who are even living away from the coastal areas, that too in the inland region of the continents, they too are also affected by the vagaries of the oceanic conditions. So right now we have arrived at the main question, that how we are going to define this particular topic, oceanography. So oceanography as a subject, it is a completely interdisciplinary subject. Never forget this thing. People from varied disciplines, they actually can participate and collaborate in order to understand the ocean. So this is what I am saying, that the oceanography is an interdisciplinary subject, purely interdisciplinary subject, that comprises geology, geography, biology, chemistry, physics and astronomy. I hope it is clear to everyone. Geology, geography, biology, chemistry, physics and astronomy. In geology, what we normally deal? In geology, we deal with the sea floor tectonics. You all know about the sea floor tectonics. The sea floor tectonics. The second thing is the coastal processes. The coastal processes. The third thing is the knowledge of the sediments, or the idea about the sediments, the type of sediments that are found in the ocean. So the type of sediments. And the fourth one is to understand the hydrological cycle. In geography, what we normally address? So in geography, we address the wind belts, the weather, the coastal landforms, and the world climate. In biology, we deal with the fisheries, the ecological surveys, the microbiology, and the marine adaptation. This is very interesting. I remember that I attended a post-cruise conference of the IODP Expedition 355, and a scientist from National Institute of Ocean Technology that is situated in Chennai. At that time, he was working on the deep sea fungus, that too for the cure of the breast cancer. So here you can understand that the fungus that is derived from the deep sea sediments. Try to understand this thing. A fungus that was derived from the deep sea sediments, that was used by a scientist from National Institute of Ocean Technology for curing the breast cancer and other types of cancer. So this is what I am saying, that in the field of medical science also, the ocean is literally a promising field. The ocean chemistry is also very crucial, and the people from the chemical division and the people from the discipline of chemistry, they actually contribute a lot in understanding the dissolved components in the ocean, thereafter the temperature conditions in the ocean, as well as the stratification, density, or in simpler words you can say the chemical properties of the ocean. So here you can assess that the oceanography is literally an interdisciplinary subject that comprises physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, and even geology and geography. So this is what I am saying. So the application of physics in the ocean, it comprises the study of the currents, the waves, and the thermal properties of the water. This is what comprises the physical part of the oceanographic studies. And the most important thing is the astronomy. So in astronomy, what we normally we deal with the tidal forces and the origin of water and the origin of life. So these are all the things that is included in the broad area of oceanography. So right now I am going to explain you about the geological oceanography, and it is one of the major branch of the oceanography, or simply you can say a major subdivision of oceanography. So geological oceanography deals with the study of the structure of the sea floor. Never forget this thing. Geological oceanography deals with the study of the structure of the sea floor and how the ocean basins have changed through time. So you all might have seen the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, the Indian Ocean, but have you ever wondered that all these ocean basins have literally changed through time, and still there are a lot of changes that are going on. And what the geologists, they believe that these ocean basins are definitely going to change even if in the future. Technically speaking, the geographers have broadly divided the oceans into 4 different geographic sectors, and recently a new ocean was added to the list of the ocean, that is the Southern Ocean. What I was saying is that all these ocean basins have literally changed through time, and if you see the geologic past, then you can understand that yes, there was a time when there was no Atlantic Ocean, there was a time when there was no Indian Ocean, and subsequently, due to a lot of geological changes combined with the plate tectonic processes, ultimately new ocean basins were formed. And in the course of time, some of the ocean basins, they were destroyed, they were consumed, and they were continuously subducted inside the earth mantle. Apart from this thing, the geological oceanography also deals with the creation of the seafloor features and the history of sediments deposited on it. The geological oceanography studies, it broadly includes the depths, the topography, the shapes of the ocean basin. Remember this thing. So the geological oceanographic studies, it deals with the depth of the ocean, the topography of the ocean, and the shape of the ocean basin. As well as it deals with the composition of the sea floor. Okay, the composition of the sea floor and the oceanic crust. This is very significant for the understanding that how the sea floor is being created. The third thing is that it deals with the structures and the sea floor earthquakes as well as marine volcanism. This is very, very important. The geological oceanography, it also deals with the marine features and the structure, the sea floor earthquakes as well as volcanism. This is very crucial that a lot of scientists, they are continuously understanding the geological processes that are being active in the oceanic realm. Okay, and the fourth thing is the origin and history of the ocean basin. This is very, very crucial, and I am going to provide a dedicated lecture on the origin and the evolution of the Atlantic Ocean Basin, Indian Ocean Basin as well as the Pacific Ocean Basin. So I hope students you have got the idea that what exactly the geological oceanography deals. So normally it is the geological studies that you conduct in the oceanic region. So all this comprises the geological oceanography. I hope that there is no confusion in it, and never forget that the geological oceanography is literally very, very significant, and the students who are pursuing their studies in geology, so they can also explore this field. It is full of excitement, full of enthusiasm, and it also gives you an opportunity to unravel the mysteries of the earth so that we can illuminate our future. So with this message, students, I just proceed to the next slide so that I can share some more information regarding another sub branch, or you can say the major division of the oceanography. Right now, this is a very interesting branch, and it is a very, very crucial branch of oceanography again. And this is the physical oceanography. Try to see here, this is the physical oceanography, and from the name itself you can assess that there are a lot of application of the physical laws and phenomena. And you see here the physical oceanography, it deals with the study of the waves. The physical oceanography, it deals with the study of the waves, tides and currents. This is the thing that you have to see. It deals with the study of waves, currents and tides, and as well as the ocean atmosphere relationship that influences weather and climate. Okay, the ocean atmosphere relationship that influence the weather and climate. And in this regard, I would like to say that you all might have heard about a very interesting phenomenon that is ENSO. Okay, that is ENSO, El Nino Southern Oscillation. Okay, so do not worry, these are things I will be covering in detail, so you need not have to worry. Okay, so what I am saying that the ENSO, and there is another term called as the IOD, Indian Ocean Dipole. Remember these two things, one is the ENSO and the other one is IOD, Indian Ocean Dipole. Okay. So these are the two terms that you all must be acquainted with it, whether through newspaper or through news channels or through scholastic articles. So that is what I am saying. The IOD and the ENSO, they are coupled atmospheric and oceanic phenomenon. Remember this thing, they are coupled atmosphere and oceanic phenomenon. I am writing it down so that you will never forget. Coupled atmosphere and ocean phenomenon. So I hope it is clear, and all this thing, it comes in the domain of the physical oceanography. So I again repeat that in physical oceanography, the most important thing that is actually the concern in present day time, that is to understand the ocean atmospheric connection and its relationship that influences the weather and climate. This is actually very, very important, how the atmosphere and ocean, they interact with each other, and how they literally affect the weather and climate system on the earth. So this is very, very crucial, and this is why this particular physical oceanography topic is very significant, and a lot of researchers across the globe, they are working day and night, and they are continuously providing a lot of data, lot of observations that actually are very, very fundamental if we literally want to understand the climate science. So with this message, I hope students you can understand that how much significant this topic is. So never take this topic as granted. I always repeat this thing whenever I teach this particular topic of oceanography and climatology. I always say that never take this topic as granted, or never take this topic for your academic satisfaction, because if you literally understand this topic, you are definitely going to serve the entire mankind, or serve the entire humanity. With this message, I just like to proceed that in the category of the physical oceanography, or in the broader aspect of the physical oceanography studies, we deal with the water motion, the energy, the waves, the tides, the currents, and the marine weather and climate. I hope you are never going to forget all these things that I have discussed. One is geological oceanography, the second one is the physical oceanography, the third one that I am coming is chemical oceanography, the fourth one is biological oceanography. Okay, and as I have already stated that oceanography is a multidisciplinary subject, and students from varied disciplines, they actually can take part, as well as they can pursue their studies in the field of oceanography. So let me just proceed with the next slide. So as I have said, this is another branch where we deal with the chemistry of the ocean, that is the chemical oceanography. And from the name itself, it is very evident that the chemical oceanography, it is the study of the chemical oceanography. It is the study of the chemical composition and properties of the seawater. Remember, the chemical composition and properties of the seawater, very simple. We are just applying the chemical laws and the chemical laws in order to understand that what are the chemical properties of the ocean. Thereafter, you see, chemical oceanography also deals that how to extract certain chemicals from the sea water. Okay, how to extract certain chemicals from the sea water, and even if the chemical oceanography deals with the marine pollution. Okay, it deals with the marine pollution. So here, in a broader sense, if you want to see that what exactly chemical oceanography comprises, it deals with the composition of the seawater, it deals with the properties of the seawater, it deals with the variations in the seawater, it deals with the chemical reactions in the seawater. And finally, so what I was saying is that the chemical oceanographer, or simply the geologists, they use the chemical techniques in order to address the oceanographic problems, or to solve the oceanographic problems. I hope you have clearly understood that what exactly is chemical oceanography and what are the topics included under chemical oceanography. So right now I am taking you to another branch of oceanography, that is called as the biological oceanography, and this is a very important branch of oceanography. So let me take you to the next slide. So as the definition says, the biological oceanography deals with the study of the various oceanic life forms. Remember, biological oceanography deals with the various life forms that are present in the marine environment, and it also deals with their relationship to one another. Apart from all these things, the adaptations to the marine environment is also studied under the biological oceanography, and in addition to this, the developing sustainable methods for harvesting the seafood is also the concern of the biological oceanography. So this is what you have to understand, that the biological oceanography deals with the life forms that are present in the marine environment and their relationship to each other or one another. In the broadest sense, you can say that biological oceanography, it encompasses the diversity of the marine life, the abundance of the marine life, and the ecology of the marine life. So what the biological oceanographer do? The biological oceanographer, they actually uses the biological techniques to solve the oceanographic problem. This is what the biological oceanographer they do. They employ the biological techniques in order to understand the oceanographic, or to solve the oceanographic problems. So with this thing, I just want to move to the next slide, and I believe that I have mentioned and I have described very meticulously about all the branches of the oceanography. And I believe that through this discussion you must have developed a fair understanding about the ocean. So with this I just want to proceed to the next slide. So as I have said, the oceans are the new hope for the mankind. So in this respect, a greater focus has been given by the international community as well as by large scale interdisciplinary expeditions. So this is very very important, that a lot of scientific expeditions are being carried out in the ocean in order to unravel the mysteries of the planet Earth. And this is very very serious business, and lot of researchers, scientists as well as technicians across the globe, they are literally involved in digging out the information from the deeper ocean. In addition to this, a lot of technological advancement have been made in the field of oceanography that have literally promoted the oceanic research. So here I would like to say that a lot of ships, a lot of research vessels have been employed by different countries and through multi collaboration. And in addition to this, the remote sensing techniques, they have also developed in the coming years, and many unmanned platforms have been developed in order to gain valuable informations in the harshest part of the ocean. So right now I am showing you the current and the future oceanographic research. Here you can see the new technology that has been used for probing the sea, and these are the unmanned submersible and all sort of equipments that are necessary for the oceanic research. So with this I just want to give you an impression on the very first satellite, and I just want to show you that satellite that was used for the first time, that too for oceanographic research, in the year 1978, and the name of the satellite was CSAT. So you can see here, this is the CSAT-A, the first oceanographic satellite that was launched in 1978, and this is a dedicated satellite for the oceanographic research. So with this I just want to proceed. So I hope that the information that I have given in the last 1 hour, I hope that it will be literally useful for you, and it will literally develop a sense of understanding regarding the ocean. So what I am saying is that I will be continuing delivering the lectures on different topics of oceanography in our upcoming oceanography series that we have already started. And what we are doing is that we are covering each and every topic of oceanography in much more detail, in a much more lucid way, so that you can understand. And last but not the least, what I want to say is that my ultimate aim is to just to make you aware that our oceans, they are under threat, and we have to protect our oceans from the impact of the climate change and from the impact of the pollution. So this is the end of this particular lecture. I believe that I have delivered some of the useful content related to oceanography, and I believe that the knowledge that I have shared with you will be beneficial for your entire life. And last but not the least, I want to say that the reason why I am sharing the knowledge about the ocean in front of you is that our ocean are under threat, and it is our prime duty that we should save our ocean. So I believe that the lecture that I have right now delivered regarding the introduction to oceanography is useful to you. And if you like our video, kindly press the like button and share our video as much as possible. This is the support that I can expect from your side. And do not forget to subscribe our channel, because if you subscribe our channel, you will be definitely getting the latest updates that we will be posting related to the videos and the contents. So with this message, namaste to everyone. I am Dr. Rajeev Satpathy, and I will be meeting you in the next session. So thank you.